Hello, you beautiful mutants. It's me, Joel Clark, creator of Lone Wolf Fists, and look what I got in the mail today. It's the printouts, the high-quality glossies for the GM screen for Lone Wolf Fist. So, I don't actually know what these look like right now. They are, well, for the most part, totally sealed. So this is going to be our unboxing. We're going to check these out. Now, I've not actually moved a lot of copies of this GM screen. I'm assuming that I'm just having a little bit of trouble getting the word out about it. But, quick hint, all patrons got a copy of this whenever it dropped, a PDF copy. And you can get your very own set of these for, I want to say, only $5 right now on DriveThruRPG. So here they are. They're actually pretty goddamn big. Let's pull these up here. So here's the book for scale. Here's these. So they're very large. Let's check them out. Here we go. The cardboard here. There's a really lovely heavy card stock here. A little piece of paper there. Yeah, here we go. Okay, here we go. Look at this. Look at that in a little picture. Okay, so looks like they're sealed in this little tape thing. So they're nice and secure. This little four-way cross tape. All you gotta do is just peel off the edges here. It pops right off. Alright. So they're a little, I don't want to say that these were $5 all said and told. Yeah, so here they are, and they're printed on one side. So you can see them right here. This lovely picture. This is the one from Kazuki. It's going to be on Blood from God's Eye once I go and get that updated. So we got the art on this side, and on the other side, they're just this nice blank. So whenever you put it on your actual screen, you'll see this lovely kind of image like that. Ta-da! Not too shabby, right? And then on the fore side, and these really have a great quality. I can't emphasize enough how nice these look. My camera actually isn't good enough to tell you just how nice they look, but this looks really, really readable and professional and lovely. This is really nice. I'm actually stunned at how good these look. The Lone Wolf Fist logo never looked better. Kaboom. And then this is the one I was really kind of worried about because I had to make the type very small for these. This is all of the effect charts, all of them. They've been edited a little bit to take out some redundancy because you get the idea in most of these cases. But for the most part, this is the exact text that appears in the book. Again, there's some small abridgment to it, but the meat of the text is all there. And this is a meatier version even that appears in Blood from God's Eye, which is a far more truncated version. I think it only goes up to 6, rank 6, 7. So this goes all the way to 14 on all of them. And you can tell that the text is smaller here, but honestly, it's not bad. With my glasses, I can read it at a good distance about where the GM screen would be from me. Right about there. So about there. That's a little closer than I'd like to be to it, but honestly, just considering the raw amount of information that's on those, I'm pretty happy with it. Here's another banger from Kazuki, the Arkabomalu. Look at that beast. And your players will be gazing upon this as you throw dice and kill them, by the way. So feel free to use that in your games. Let's see. I got the scale, the stealth, and such like. Lots more beautiful art in the background of these. You can tell these are more pieces by Kazuki. He did a lot of really gorgeous art for the book. And honestly, I want to say, like, I don't really even think that the book did it justice. So here's the kind of piece de resistance. I will admit this one's a little bit blurry. There's a high quality image. I think the scaling is just a little bitty bit off on it. But, like, it's still, like, look how vibrant it is. Ugh. It's Pavel Kolomiet's piece right there. And here's the last one. The imbalances, prana, advancement, all the rules for advancing characters. Also all of the rules for awarding XP. And all the, let me see. All the, yeah. All the different forms and what have you. You can see that a character of a given rank would have. So this is an extremely useful little chart, and its use isn't necessarily apparent in the book, but you as a GM, if you need a character of a certain rank, an NPC, and you haven't prepped them, you can use this as a guideline for how many of what types of techniques to give them, to get them in the right XP range for that degree. So if you need a 4th degree character, you know right away they have a form, 6 novice, 3 expert, and 1 master technique. Now, of course, that's not the only blend that'll get you up to the XP, to get to 4th degree, but if you don't feel like calculating it at the spot, it's done for you. So just a few seconds worth of looking at that, and then just, and I actually made these intentionally with the understanding that you wouldn't want to pick all of the techniques necessarily. You just kind of just want to have, you would naturally just kind of want to pick the whole list and move on to the next, so you have less decisions to make whenever you're making an NPC on the fly. So in this case, since they have one form, most styles have one form, and literally all the styles in the core book have one form. 6 novice, all the styles in the core book have 6 novice techniques. So you just choose a style, one choice, and immediately you know what novice techniques they have, what form they have, and there's 3 expert techniques. So the only real decision you're making right here is which of the 3 master techniques does this guy know. That's it. That really reduces those decision points and makes it a lot easier to make NPCs on the fly. It's also easier just to say he has all the novice and all of the expert and the form of this style. It's just really easy. That means your note-taking is efficient and minimal at the table. And yeah, so the rules for Flare on here, the rules for imbalances are on here, which I'm pretty happy with. One of the things in the precursor game, Legends of the Wulin, that really hung it up was imbalances, because it was sometimes not clear precisely how they worked or what they did, and I wanted to make sure that they were way streamlined. Look at this, isn't that gorgeous? They were way streamlined for this game. So even with that, though, they're a pretty unusual piece of design. Games don't generally do things like imbalances. There's something like critical wounds. A lot of games have things like critical wounds. Very few have such intricate rules for acquiring them and healing them that are so embedded into every single thing that you do in combat. So they're a pretty central part of this game. You will interact with imbalances if you play Lone Wolf Fist. And so I wanted to make certain that on the GM screen I was making a nice clean reference. So these are fantastic. You can hear that kind of whump whump. These are beautiful, high quality cardstock. They're supposed to go with they're actual inserts that go with the landscape style GM screen, the universal GM screen that Drive-Thru RPG sells. It is, I want to say it's like 19 or 20 bucks. It's really not that expensive, and it's a lovely, again, high quality thing. When you get these guys, they just insert right in it. These go on your side, these go on the player's side, and it will make it winds up being a 4-panel screen. So very, very, very big. Lots of panels. 4 panels on the inside, 4 panels on the outside. Right now, I've got the PDF of these bundled with it, so if you're an online GM and you just want to have a physical screen as well, you'll immediately be able to use the online one. Of course, the PDF is high quality and very readable, so even if you've just got your phone at the table and that's what you're using for reference and you got the core book, you can get the PDF, waiting for the cards to arrive, and still be able to play with a really easily scrollable, referenceable thing. I initially was designing this whole thing. I started with the effects charts because those are huge. Like, again, like looking at the panel that has those on them, you're talking about like 20 plus pages. It's a lot of text in the book. It's a lot. It might not be 20. Let me see. I think I want to say that every section has, every skill section has 2 to 3 pages. So yeah, no, it's got to be about 20. Jesus, that's a lot. So it's a lot of text. I started with this, and I was assuming that it was going to be a 3-panel layout, but I misread it. So I actually ended up with an additional panel that I put all the XP stuff on. So I'm really happy that I was able to include those. But like a lot of the rules of the game, almost all the stuff I find myself referencing whenever I run it, and I did a poll as well to see who ran with what and what they needed, and every suggestion, I think, made it onto the GM screen. So if you run Lone Wolf Fist, this is an absolutely essential buy. It will definitely help you. It was made to be usable. The reference is really tight. And again, if you get it from Drive-Thru RPG instead of printing it out yourself, you get these gorgeous, thick, shiny boys that you can use to make your very own GM screen. Now, again, the other side's blank on all these. So if you just want to do a little arts and crafts and make your very own, that's fine too. Even if you just wanted to have a stack of these at the table, you didn't want to get the inserts or anything like that, even just flipping through them is kind of nifty. So in that case, you will be paying for 4 panels of high quality, beautiful art that you won't necessarily need, but they're nifty. So yeah, Highly recommend them. This is my shill video for it. It just came in, and I'm pleased as punch with it. So if you want to get the GM screen, it's cheap right now. It'll probably stay cheap. I don't really see any reason to gouge people for this one. It's got a really good profit margin for me if you buy it, and it's not a lot of change. It'll help you out. It'll help me out. Go do that. And one more plug. I think I mentioned this earlier. Every patron got the PDF of this. All of them did. So if you want to pledge $2 a month, you get all kinds of fun goodies. I will randomly surprise you with all sorts of nifty stuff. Currently, the thing I am doing is I'm writing Acid and Steel, which is the first supplement for Lone Wolf Fist on there. It's got demons. It's got robots. What more could you want? But no, for real, it's gonna have a lot of cool stuff. You can have it's 2 new hero archetypes that have the powers of hell, or are actual robots that can both learn kung fu and have new robot equipment bolted onto them in their path towards transhumanism. So nifty stuff. There's 2 completely new settings. The entirety of Naraka, the hell that's described in Lone Wolf Fist, is going to be playable, including all of its monsters and demons and weird landscape. And the robots are going to be in this giant flying diesel punk fortress city, this like factory city. So it's going to have lots of nifty robot stuff and whole new vistas to explore and places to punch. So there's going to be a lot of fun stuff. We're going to, again, $2 a month gets you access to the living alpha. You're going to see it as soon as I write it. You also get special access on the Discord to a special Discord channel. All kinds of fun stuff. I'm just going full shill on this one. But yeah, so in advance of the Kickstarter, there's going to be a Kickstarter for it once I actually get it written and I get some art commissioned. I want to have this a lot more done than I had Lone Wolf Fist. Now, well, thankfully I've got enough done in Lone Wolf Fist that the writing in this is going to be kind of a cinch, because it's just going to be the fun part of the writing, which is designing the superpowers and like, you know, writing a little bit of prose and setting stuff. Really nifty, easy writing. So my ideal is I'm going to have all the writing done prior to the Kickstarter, so the actual turnaround time on that is just going to be getting the art returns, editing, and layout, which is still grueling, unfortunately, but I mean, that's nowhere near as bad as waiting for the damn book to be written over, like, what was it, 3 or 4 years? No more of that. So, lesson learned, folks. Again, thank you all for your patience and money. I appreciate both of them. That's it. Go buy the Lone Wolf Fist GM screen, you knuckleheads. Bye.